What's going on, everybody? You tuned in to another edition of our No Time for Talk, Just Time for Action podcast. I got a special guest in the building. He's worked tirelessly on his veteran organization and veteran resource. So I will let him introduce himself and we will go from there. Go ahead, sir.
My name is Donald Jacobson, but everybody calls me Joe. I got 5 names to my name, so it's shortened down to Joe.
I think I got you listed on 5 different names as well. Email, phone, it's always something different.
So yeah, I'm the assistant executive director for Joint Healing Operations. We are an agency that's culminated over the years since 2011. My business partner, Troy Freeman, is not here today. Unfortunately, he had to go down to one of our houses and take care of some stuff down in Maricopa. So him and I met in 2011 at East Valley Veterans Education Center, Rio Salado College. We were both there working, trying to help veterans within the community colleges. At that time, the agency really didn't know what to do with our department. So Troy and I kind of took it by the reins and started developing it to where we not only serviced and worked with the veterans at the schools, which was all 11 community colleges, but we went ahead and expanded to the point where we were working directly with all 270,000 veterans here in the Valley.
Nice.
Providing resources and so forth. We went to a lot of veteran events, representing the college and representing what we did. And at the time, we were sitting there working with the Department of Justice and DOD on some grants, and we realized that what we were starting and what we were doing was going to become bigger in a situation where we knew, and we joked around at the time saying, hey, we're going to eventually go into a nonprofit organization type atmosphere. So basically 6 years after that, Troy and I left. I left first. And then Troy, along with another friend of ours from the same agency, we all left and we went into a nonprofit organization. From that nonprofit organization, we continued doing what we were doing. And then we realized that there was a need for behavioral health residential facilities, specifically for veterans. And our 3 main categories are veterans, Native American veterans, and formerly incarcerated veterans. And that's because we have worked with all of them since 2011. We've helped them get into education, career, job training, and so forth. And we noticed that even back when we were working with the community college, that we had veterans that were on the GI Bill, post 9/11 bill, and so forth, that were sleeping in their cars. And that's very unfortunate. And so we realized that, we had to work with other agencies to get them housed. Well, there's not that many agencies out there that can work specifically with veterans and housing and so forth. And those that are out there, it's very few rooms, very few beds are available and so forth. And we have a huge, huge homeless veteran population here in Phoenix. Even though the numbers sometimes say we don't, reality is we do. And the reality also is that a lot of our veterans coming home didn't transition properly. And when they transitioned into society, they felt that society was supposed to fit to them. But we have to fit back to society. And that was part of my road also when I left the Marine Corps. And I am a Marine Corps retired. So yeah, do or die. So it was hard for me because when I first got out, I'm an old veteran. And so when I got out, there wasn't really a lot of assistance available that we have now today. I still had to go and look at Vietnam veterans, my father, and those agencies, and they were going through struggles themselves. It's still trying to find their own way. So they were working specifically with Vietnam veterans, and they didn't know how to treat us younger veterans. They didn't know what to do for us younger veterans. So yeah, I became lost for a lot of years trying to find my own way through this gauntlet of bureaucrat. And it took a lot of years, and it finally got to the point where once I started researching and learning, I became a service officer, started helping veterans, and that led me to working for the East Valley Veterans Education Center at Rio Sala College. And from there, we just continue to develop more resources and more connections within the Valley, to the point where if there's an issue that a veteran has, we will resolve it. We can sit there and either connect you directly with somebody, or we can resolve it personally because we know how to do it. And so that just culminated into what I have now today is case management. So here at Joint Healing Operations, we have a case management side of the house that will help veterans, spouses of veterans, and children of veterans. So we cover all those categories because we're a family. You know, just because I went into boot camp, grabbed my rucksack and my duffel bag and was issued all my gear, a lot of us got married and those wives became a part of us. And so, yes, they also serve.
Right.
And we need to take care of them too, and so forth. And we need to take care of the children. So we have developed an organization that works with multiple organizations that do that and service them. So that's the great thing about Joint Healing Operations is that over the years, we're all veterans pretty much. I'd say 98% of us working here are veterans. We continue to work that way. If you're not a veteran, you're a spouse of a veteran or a child of a veteran. We do have some civilians working with us, but they all are in the point where they want to help a veteran succeed.
Okay.
So with Joint Healing Operations, when we get back to our behavioral health side of the house, which is our main topic, is that we discovered that, like I was saying earlier, that when veterans come out and transition, they're not given the proper tools to transition back into society. And a lot of us, especially special operations, we don't talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with our PTSD. We don't want to deal with our anger, our emotions, depression, anxiety. So what do? We drink, we use. Unfortunately, the VA wants to pound us what we call Skittles, lots of medication. And for those of you that don't know that term, Skittles is just like a bag of Skittles. Here it is, pick your color and enjoy it, and let's see if it works.
Yep.
It didn't work for me. I had to go outside the VA to find the help I needed. And so I work on that basis still of that. If you're a veteran, go get registered, get in the VA. But if you have an opportunity to take your insurance and get outside of it, then let's do it and get you healthy. Let's get you, taken care of. So we still work directly with the VA. I still get clients from the VA. I get the caseworkers calling me saying, hey, do you have a spot? Do you have a bed? Do you have a place to place these? Because we work together. It's just, you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself, both mentally and physically. So with Joint Healing Operations, what we decided to do is just go ahead and create an opportunity. Troy and I saw it when we were with another organization, that here's an opportunity for us to go and service these veterans the right way and to make sure we give them the opportunities and the best opportunities in one location. Our ultimate goal for Joint Healing Operations is eventually we want to set up a campus where we have housing directly. But we have a 4-phase program that we're developed. The first phase of the program is that we take you into our house, and that is based on the fact that you have, a mental issue going on, depression, anxiety. If you have a substance abuse issue going on too, we bring you into the house and we use your insurance to take care of you. So your insurance will pay for it. So access. Anybody who has access and so forth, as long as we're contracted with that company. If we're not contracted, I have enough resources that I can get you into a facility that works with us still, so that if it's not my house, it's a house I trust, but my case managers are still going to be working with you to make sure you're successful. So give you an example. Let's just say somebody comes into my house. They'll come in for 90 days. Or 180 days, depending on how much treatment is needed. In the first 30 days, you're just doing treatment. We're going to make sure that you're doing all the things that you need to do And in that, there is programming. And we want to make sure that you just don't go to a house, which there are a lot of them here in the Valley, unfortunately, that are just revolving doors. They just take the check and they don't care if you come back. They just want the check.
Man.
That's not how it works. And that's not healthy. And so for us, we're really about making sure to get that engine started again,
Yeah.
especially for veterans. Sometimes it's just, let's take you back to boot camp. Let's treat you the same way again and get your mind back and so forth to where we could be healthy again. It's
Right.
not like physical exercise. It's not getting up at 6 in the morning and so forth, but there is going to be a regiment going on. There is going to be daily things going on to get your mindset back into it because scientifically it says 90 and 90. You do something for 90 days, it sets. And so that's how we look at it, is that I got you for 90 days minimum. May have you for 180 days, but my case managers will have you for life. And the reason being is that no matter what, if you leave me and go somewhere else after 90 days, if you need my case managers, they are still there for you and they will always be there for you. So in our first 90 days, day 30 is when my case managers will sit up with you and they'll sit down and figure out what your education level is. A lot of veterans, they left high school, either GED, high school diploma. They went in, got an MOS. What do you do with those MOSs when we get out? A lot of them don't transpire into civilian world, you know? Luckily nowadays, yeah, some of them are, but a lot of them don't still. 0311 infantry. What am I going to do out here? Be a cop, maybe?
Right. There you
Not
go.
saying, not knocking it.
Come on now.
I got you, buddy. But basically that's what it is. It's one of those things. When I got out of the Marine Corps, it's like, what do I am going to do with my 0311 or my specialties and stuff.
Right.
It was more geared towards being a cop and being SWAT and so forth like that. But that wasn't the career I wanted and so forth. So what did I have to do? I had to get an education. So my case manager are going to sit down with you and find out where your education level is at. What is it that I need to do to help you get better in life? So they'll figure it out. If we need to get you a GED, which I know some got through, we'll get you a GED. If we need to get you registered into a school, we're going to find out, are you still eligible for your free education? A lot of them are today. Some of them aren't. Just depends on when you went in. So we're going to figure all that out. If it's something where we need to get you a career first, we're going to get you a career. And we work with a lot of agencies throughout the Valley where, like, if you want to get your CDL license, we already know the connections. We'll get you in there. If you want to be a garbage truck driver, we already know agencies that are hiring strictly veterans only. So we have those connections. You want to be IT and you want to be in cybersecurity, we already got that connection set up. So there are things that we can do with other agencies that we've built this relationship with. So during that 30 days that we're going to find out education, career, how to get you going and so forth and get you stable again. So that's what we do. And then from there, our case managers are going to stay with you and work with you so that if 90 days comes around and you're ready to transition out, you're not transitioning until I know where you're going. I want to make sure you transition into a house. All right. So JHO is in the process also of purchasing several homes so that we can transition you into housing so you're not back out on the street or you're not lost, because a lot of these people are coming in here, they don't have family or they're not well connected with their family. They don't have a home. They're living on the street. I mean, you see them every night, doing your job and so forth. And that's the greatest thing about your organization too, is that you and I both look at it is that we're not a 9-to-5 job. We're 24/7, 365, so that's how it is. And that's the biggest thing. If Troy was here, he would tell you that's how I operate. And I've always operated that way. I will take your phone call no matter what time of the day or night. I will be there to help you and I will find a place for you and so forth. So, but overall, that's what we're about, is success. So we have a 4-phase program where we want to get you treated. Then we want to move you into transition. We're still going to stay with you as our case managers work with you. In that transition period, we're going to make sure that you have housing, you have a job, you can learn how to pay your bills again, you're paying your bills. Transportation will help you find those things. We'll work with you, getting your credit back up and so forth. So there's a lot of things in that second phase program that we're working with and so forth.
Right.
And then the third phase program is that, hey, let's get you to the point where we're sitting there and going off and doing your own and so forth. So those are the great things about it, is that we are trying to move you along to the point where one day in phase 4, you're living in your own house. And that's where we want to get you.
Awesome. Awesome. Joy Healing Operations, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Obviously, to the audience, if you guys are enjoying this stuff, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Again, Joy Healing Operations is probably an organization that you want to get out here to these veterans. Sounds like they're doing a good deed 24/7, phone's always on. Those are the organizations I like to work with. You know what's up. So how would a veteran access you? Or do we just give you a phone call? Do we jump online? Like how do we get to you if we want to get
So the best way to call us right there.
Okay. Do you have that?
Yeah, so we you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay. So yeah, our best way right now is through our phone, which is 844-546-1212. That's the best way to get a hold of us. We do have a website, but we are working with a marketing company right now to help brand us even better. So once we have all that up and running a little bit better, we do have a website right now, which is jointhealing/operations.com. But I prefer everybody to just call me directly, because I'll answer that phone. Like I said, I don't care what time of night it is.
Awesome.
That's one way of getting a hold of us, is that through the phone. And then I will either set you up with one of my case managers, get your information, contact you that way. You can always text message us at that same telephone number. We do accept text messages. That's 844-546-1212. So we do take text messaging there. We'll text message you back, which is a great thing because a lot of people just do text messaging now.
Right.
They don't want to talk on the phone, and that's all
Great
right.
generation.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the agencies we do work with require you to have internet access because they'll request you to fill out documents. Those personnel or agencies like social workers, case managers, detox centers, and so forth, call me directly. If you got clients, I can find a house for them. Our first house, which is the Alpha House in Maricopa, will be opening shortly. That house is going to be strictly Native American. And the reason being is just how the insurance companies work. When you first open up an agency, you get access to Native American health right away. Our credentialer, she's working on getting all the rest of them because we want all of our homes to be able to take everybody. So that does take us a little bit of time. But like I said, if it's not my house, I have houses that I trust and I've been working with for several years. These are not cheap houses, just to let you know. I believe that when you take somebody into a house that's degraded, that's cheap, they don't care. They just look at it as like, oh, you just want my money and I get to have a free time for 90-day vacation. That's not us. We want to make sure you're getting treated right. We want to make sure you're going to accomplish something when you come out of those houses. So the houses that I work with and the agencies that I contracted with for our case managers to continue working with those houses, they're $500,000 homes or more. They're homes that I want to live in at times.
Right.
I walk into and I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
So, yeah, so these are not, run of the mill houses. These are actually people who want to help people. And that's one of the best things about it, is that when we contract with them for our case management team, we go out, we vet them. We look at those houses. We want to inspect them. We want to see what you're doing. We want to see your success rate. We want to see who you've been working with. I've even sent personal friends to some of these homes, and they've come out now working as behavioral health techs, working for those homes or working for other homes. That's the kind of success I want to see. And that's what I'm hoping for. Statistically, it says for every 100, you get one successful. I don't believe it. I think it could be a lot better. I think if you have the right motivation, the right training, and the right setup, that you could be a lot more successful. And that's why, working with veterans is one of my key things, because I not only do burial details, I'm a junior vice commander in several different organizations. American Legion, Disabled American Veterans. So, I mean, I'm 100% military veteran oriented, making sure your success. I don't care, what time of day or night. If I need to answer that call, I'll answer it. I'll find a way to get there to you. So,
And you're doing great work, and thank you for supporting our veterans in the way that you do. Obviously, thank you for serving our country again, Semper Fi, Marine to Marine.
do or die.
Yep, you know it. Any other closing thoughts you want to have for the people out there before we close it up, man?
Yeah. So just recently, one of our fellow brother Marines, his unit has suffered 10 suicides in the last couple of years. They just lost another one. It's hard on me also because I've lost friends. This is why I'm here, because we can help our veterans. We can help our brothers and sisters. So if you know somebody that needs help, reach out to us. We'll find a way to get them help. I know the VA system, so bad at the system. I recently saw that they said there's a 7% drop. Come on, we're still at 22 plus a day. There's no 7% drop. I'm sorry. I just can't believe the statistics that they say, especially when you hear about it every day, somebody. It just doesn't make sense to me. Where's that 7% drop? I think overall we've failed in so many ways that today it's people like you, people like me, that are going to be successful in helping. And it's not about how much money we can make. It's about how many lives can I save. It's about making sure I can be productive, making sure that that pack that I took off the day I walked out is actually still on my back. And that's what I'm here for. And so if you know somebody in desperate need, somebody that may be at that verge or needs help with their drinking, alcohol, whatever it is, call us. We're here to help. We can find an agency. If we can't do it, we know them. And that's what we're here for.
Awesome, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's real passion right there. That is somebody who is going to help you in your time of need, or do their best to find somebody who can help you in your time of need. And that's what we need. That's what we need out here. I give props to, organizations like yours who are out there getting things done, because if it ain't us, who else is it?
Who is it? That's it. And that's what it comes down to. It's if you look at all the organizations that are popping up, it's the veterans that are leading it, the veterans that are doing it and saying, it's enough. We can't listen to all the other stuff. We have to do it ourselves.
Ain't no time for talk, right? Just time for action.
That's right.
That's what I always say. Don't just talk about it. Actually,
let's get it done.
Get it done. Yeah. Man, thank you so much, man. I definitely appreciate you for coming on to the show. I know Troy couldn't make it, but Troy, if you're out there listening to this, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You guys are doing awesome work, and I can't wait to work hand in hand with you guys in the future. And man, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Let's get it done.
Brother, Semper Fi, man. You take it easy. You have a good one. All right, brother?
You too. Be safe out there. All right.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Take it easy, y'all. God bless.
Talk to you later. You have a good one.